He's not walking in quietly. He's walking in with a score to defend. Among the 72 elite juniors teeing it up on Streamsong's unforgiving black course, only one player walks in with a target on his back, and it's Tiger Woods' son. The name isn't what's scaring them. It's the numbers he put up last time. Charlie didn't just win, he dominated. 8.15 total, including a final round 66 and 25 birdies across 3 days. For any other 16-year-old, that would have been a miracle. For Charlie, it became a statement. What happens when the underdog becomes the alpha? Now he returns to the same stage. Only this time, he's not being chased. He's being hunted. His opponents aren't gunning for a title. They're gunning for him. The same swing that silenced critics now echoes with expectations. Streamsong Black doesn't care about headlines, hype, or surnames. This course strips away comfort. It exposes nerves. It punishes hesitation. And for Charlie Woods, there's no room to hide this time. Golf doesn't give you home field advantage. It gives you a scorecard. It's quiet now, just practice rounds, warm-ups, empty scoreboards. But that silence won't last, because on July the 7th, the storm begins, and Charlie's at the center of it. So the question becomes clear. What will Charlie Woods do now that he's no longer chasing a name, but carrying one? The crown he earned weeks ago? It's heavier than it looks. 3 numbers changed everything. 70, 65, 66. That was Charlie Woods' scorecard the last time he stepped onto Streamsong Black. The result, 8.15 total, 25 birdies, and a 3-shot victory at one of the most competitive junior events in the country. That wasn't a good weekend. It was a warning shot, and the world heard it loud and clear, and his name didn't just echo in headlines, it rocketed up the rankings. After TTMI, Charlie surged 595 places in the AJGA standings, now planted inside the top 14 juniors nationwide, from outsider to elite, in just 54 holes. But every climb comes with a view, and with it, a new weight. Because now Charlie isn't just a rising star, he's the guy everyone's comparing their son to. He's not chasing, he's being chased. The media knows it, scouts know it, and more importantly, Charlie knows it too. Every step forward now comes with 1,000 eyes. This is the curse of being that guy, that golden kid, that Woods. Before, he was Tiger's son. Now, he's Charlie, the defending champion at TTMI. That's not a shadow anymore. That's a spotlight. Pressure doesn't whisper. It roars, especially when your last name is history. Golf isn't just strokes and flags anymore. It's interviews, it's questions, it's opinions. Everyone's dissecting his swing. Everyone's forecasting his future. Every birdie he makes feels expected. Every bogey, headlines. When you win, you're lucky. When you lose, you're exposed. Even silence feels louder now. Every practice round, every stretch, every swing, it's not routine anymore. It's a performance. Charlie's not just playing golf, he's playing the narrative. And that narrative demands perfection, not progress. So, as TTMI returns, Charlie isn't just defending a title. He's defending a version of himself that golf fans, scouts, and doubters already believe exists. One weekend made him a threat. But this one, it'll define if that threat was real. If TTMI is the battle, then Streamsong Black is the battlefield, and it doesn't care who you are, it only cares how precise you are. This course is a masterpiece of punishment, designed to test not just your swing, but your patience, discipline, and nerve. Streamsong Black is built with elevation changes, blind tee shots, and greens that move like waves under glass. Streamsong doesn't break you fast, it breaks you slowly. Over 54 holes, even the smallest error becomes a scar, a pulled drive, a misread putt, a wrong wind call. There's no reset button, and unlike tour-level events, there's no cut to save you from embarrassment. Every round is a reckoning. Every hole is a microscope. The black course doesn't reward flashy stuff. It rewards precise. This is not a course where you survive off talent alone. You need strategy, restraint, and most of all, mental stamina. This isn't golf on a course, it's golf inside your head. And here's the thing about no-cut events, you're never safe. One cold day, one shaky front nine, and your week unravels. At TTMI, everyone plays all 3 days, including the ones having a nightmare. There's no bench to hide on, just 18 more holes to survive. And Charlie? He's walking in with a target the size of a flagstick. Opponents won't just test his game, they'll test his composure, his course management, his ability to handle 3 days of being hunted. It's not about beating the field, it's about not beating yourself. Because this course doesn't just crown winners, it exposes pretenders. And if you're not ready, Streamsong Black doesn't care about your last name, it just takes your game apart. So, while others see fairways and pin flags, Charlie sees something else. A course waiting to find the weak spot and dig in. Every player arrives at TTMI with something to prove, but only one shows up with something to lose. Charlie Woods walks in not as a name to watch, but as the name they all want to beat. He's the headline, the target, the benchmark. And standing in his way, 72 of the best junior golfers in the country, each with a chip on their shoulder and a point to make. This isn't competition, it's a quiet rebellion. Because make no mistake, for every junior showing up at Streamsong, this isn't just a tournament, it's a chance to steal thunder, to shake the narrative, to take down the Woods legacy before it even begins. One weekend could rewrite who the future belongs to. But then comes the question nobody wants to ask out loud. What if Charlie cracks? What if the pressure, the noise, the weight of the Woods name finally spills over? What if the same focus that lifted him now paralyzes him? Confidence and collapse wear the same face until the scorecard drops. And yet, what if he does it again? What if Charlie walks back into the fire and burns everyone down with him? Another win. Another statement, another step closer to proving that hype was actually foreshadowing. TTMI might not crown a champion, it might unveil a prodigy. This isn't happening in a vacuum either. Just weeks from now, Charlie tees it up at the US Junior Amateur in Dallas, the biggest event of his year. And what happens at Streamsong will either build momentum or break it. This is no warm-up. This is a warning shot to the entire junior golf scene. So now, all eyes are locked on one outcome. Will Charlie's story escalate or unravel right in front of us? He's not just playing for points, he's playing to prove he belongs in the conversation. What Charlie Woods does at TTMI won't just shake up one weekend, it could tilt the entire landscape of junior golf. Because if he wins again, if he stares down the pressure, the field, and that course, we're not just talking about a talented kid anymore. We're talking about the next face of American golf. Momentum like this doesn't build twice. It either breaks barriers, or breaks you. A second TTMI title would trigger a chain reaction. Sponsors, invitational spots, international team nods, doors swing wide for winners. And for Charlie, those doors would be kicked open with force. Suddenly, he's not chasing a future. He's choosing it. But let's flip the script. What if he stumbles? What if the glare gets too bright and the weight gets too heavy? Golf fans won't just question the player, they'll start whispering about the bloodline. The Woods name built a dynasty, one that carried generations of awe, fear, and dominance. But now, it teeters on a fragile edge, because the world isn't just watching Charlie, they're watching the legacy he's expected to uphold. Expectations age faster than players, especially when your last name is a standard. Every shot he takes, he's not walking in quietly. He's walking in with a score to defend. Charlie Woods is returning to TTMI, and this time, he's not hunting the field is hunting him. July 7th, 2025. That's when the AJGA opens the gates again, when scoring goes live, when the tee times are posted, and when every player steps onto Streamsong Black knowing one thing. They're all chasing the kid who already took this place apart. This isn't a comeback, this is a warning shot, reloaded. Charlie's not the underdog anymore, he's the standard. The guy who tore through the same tournament back in May with a blistering 70, 65, 66, finishing 15 under, 25 birdies, 1 eagle, and 0 fear. That wasn't momentum, that was a message. But now comes the hard part, doing it again, when everyone expects you to. This isn't just Tiger's son trying to prove he belongs. That narrative expired 2 months ago. Now it's, can Charlie Woods dominate on demand? Once you take the crown, everyone starts counting your mistakes. And make no mistake, this field hasn't forgotten what he did last time. The 72 players lining up on July the 7th, they've been studying his every move, every hole, every swing. The applause is fading, the tension's rising, rumors are already swirling. Insiders say Charlie's strategy this time around is different, less conservative, more precise, even by his own aggressive standard. He's not just trying to win, he's trying to leave zero doubt. This isn't about proving a point, it's about erasing all question marks. So now we wait. A new TTMI, a familiar name, and a field full of players ready to take him down. When the scoreboard resets on July 7th, the pressure won't. And the kid with the most famous last name in golf, he knows it. When Charlie Woods won the TTMI back in May, it wasn't luck, it wasn't magic, it was a ruthless blueprint, and it worked better than anyone expected. He opened the tournament with 8 birdies in round 1, despite stacking up 5 bogeys and a triple. It wasn't clean, it wasn't conservative, but it sent one message loud and clear. Charlie isn't here to survive, he's here to attack. Chaos on the card, control in the mind. 25 birdies, 1 eagle. That's not just good golf, that's deliberate aggression, the kind that only works if you trust your swing more than your scorecard. And according to sources inside the AJGA and close to his camp, he's not changing the formula. He's doubling down and dialing in. Unlike most juniors, Charlie doesn't tiptoe around danger. He challenges pins, takes aggressive lines off the tee, and plays as if every hole is a must-make. That may sound reckless, but it's calculated. High volatility, high reward. That's the Woods DNA. His game isn't built to hold leads, it's built to bury competition. Some would call that dangerous, but Charlie, he sees it differently. He knows that playing it safe doesn't win back-to-back TTMI titles. It doesn't silence doubters. And it definitely doesn't live up to the last name stitched on his bag. You don't build a legacy by laying up. Word is, he's been working specifically on tempo under pressure, short game finesse, and mental reset drills, all pointing to a player who expects to be in the fire and stay there. Charlie isn't just managing the heat, he's training to control the flame. So when he steps onto the first tee on July 7th, don't expect hesitation. Don't expect caution. Expect the same plan. Only sharper, scarier, and fully intentional. You don't conquer Stream Song Black, you survive it. And for Charlie Woods, survival might not be part of the plan. This course is unforgiving by design, carved into Florida's sandy ridges with brutal bunkering, wild elevation shifts, and greens that feel like glass on a stormy sea. It's not built for comfort, it's built to punish every inch of arrogance. Every shot here asks a question. Most players don't like the answer. Charlie's strategy, aggressive, bold, surgical, worked in May. But Stream Song doesn't forget. This time the stakes are higher, the field is sharper, and the margin for error? Razor thin. One misread, one bad bounce, one disaster hole, and it's gone. Unlike many junior events, TTMI has no cut. Every player plays all 54 holes. Even if their tournament ends emotionally after 9, there's no safety net, no second flight. And if Charlie runs into early trouble, he'll have to finish and fight with the whole field watching. There's no DNF in this format, just exposure. This is what makes the black course such a monster. You don't just play it, it plays you back, baiting you into mistakes, dragging confidence into chaos. And when your name is Woods, every twitch gets magnified. Fame doesn't earn mulligans, it attracts pressure. His go-for-everything mentality could crack this place open, or crack him wide open. Just one triple bogey on a Friday morning, and the whole weekend spins out of control. That's not speculation. That's exactly what happened last time, and he still won. Lightning struck once. Can it strike again without setting fire to the scorecard? Because here, no one cares who you are. Not your surname, not your swing coach, not your last win, just you, the ball, the hole, and a course waiting to expose weakness. Stream Song doesn't protect names, it dismantles them. It's not just a tournament anymore, it's a hunt. And Charlie Woods is the one wearing the bullseye. 72 of the top junior players in America are headed to Stream Song. Many of them were there in May, and they left bruised, humbled, and dead silent as Charlie walked off with the trophy. Now they're not coming back to compete, they're coming to dethrone. You better believe they've been watching the footage, studying his rounds, scrutinizing every swing, birdie patterns, missed tendencies, body language on bogeys. Every weakness is a weapon in waiting. This isn't admiration, it's analysis with an edge. Since that win, Charlie's name hasn't left the headlines. His victory lit up Golf Digest, WUSF, and the AJGA site. He's earned invites, status, hype, and with all of that came one unavoidable consequence. He's no longer the hunter. He's the measuring stick. There are players showing up to TTMI with nothing to lose and everything to prove. And what better statement than slaying the reigning king on the same course he dominated? When revenge becomes motivation, underdogs become dangerous. Even his strategy, once a secret weapon, is no longer a mystery. Every player in the field knows he attacks early, that he'll risk double just to sniff eagle. They've seen the volatility. And now, they're not just watching, they're waiting to pounce. This field isn't impressed anymore. It's impatient. Impatient to prove that Woods' win was timing, not dominance. Impatient to flip the script and write their own breakout story. Every comeback needs a villain. And this weekend it's Charlie. He started the year as a name with promise. Now he enters TTMI as the name everyone's aiming at. The chase is over. Now it's about survival. It's not just about winning anymore, it's about how you win. And for Charlie Woods, the how might be more important than the trophy itself. Some players chase results, others redefine the way the game is played. If Charlie walks out of Streamsong with another win, using the same fearless strategy that stunned everyone in May, then this isn't just a talented junior. This is a prototype, a model for aggressive, unshakable play under fire. You don't follow blueprints like that. You build them. The message would be clear. Calculated risk isn't recklessness, it's the future. And Charlie Woods would no longer be a legacy golfer. He'd be a trendsetter with teeth.